In a previous video, one of the things that I said that I do to help my ADHD was making my life work for my ADHD. Now, that can look a lot of different ways for different people, obviously, depending on your needs, wants, and desires. However, I thought it would be helpful to share how I make my life work for my ADHD and see if that gives you any ideas. Let's jump right in. The first thing that I do is that I make sure that I have a place for things. And this really comes down to like organization, but if your home is set up in a way where everything that you have kind of has a home, then when you go to tidy up, it makes it super easy because you know where to put things. This also helps if you tend to lose things. Say your most lost items are your keys and your wallet. Finding two places to put those where you do not ever put them anywhere else will make sure that you never lose those items again. Yes, it takes a little pre-planning, but I think that the pre-planning is a lot better than trying to go somewhere and being frazzled and getting upset and angry because you can't find either of those very important items. The other thing that I do when it comes to cleaning is having checklists. If you are unsure of like how to clean in your house, having a cleaning checklist can kind of keep you on track and make sure that you do everything, and you can just Google and find those really easily. But when it comes down to the actual cleaning, cleaning is not something I despise. I don't love it, but if I'm ever in a mood where I really don't want to clean, I will race the timer. So I'll set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes and just clean as much as I can during that time. And that usually works out really well for me to actually be able to clean something. Pro tip for me, I always, when I'm doing chores, have to have music. Music is like so fun. It makes everything better. So when I'm doing chores, I have my AirPods in, I listen to some music, and then it becomes like kind of fun. The other thing that's huge is having open storage or leaving things that you use frequently on the counter. So if you walk into my bathroom right now, the things that I use every single day are going to be on the counter. I do not put them away because then I will forget that they exist and I won't do them. So anything that I need for daily life is going to stay where I can see it. And this goes also for like in my kitchen. So I have my daily vitamins that I take on the counter. I have fidgets that I use on the counter. Anything that I need to use that I don't want to lose, that I don't want to forget exists, lives in the open, because otherwise I'll just put it away in a drawer and then out of sight, out of mind, I no longer remember that that item exists. The other thing when it comes to cleaning, I forgot to mention, be okay with not a perfectly cleaned home, because when your energy levels dip, that is usually one of the first things I will say, okay, we're not going to focus on cleaning the house right now. We're going to put energy in other areas that are more important, like feeding myself, because I find that if I have this mindset that the house doesn't have to be perfectly clean all the time, then when I have low energy periods, I can just not clean as much and I don't make myself feel bad for that. So that can be really helpful. The other thing that I do that I find helpful is having routines on certain days. So knowing that like on these days I do laundry, on these days I mop the floors, I vacuum, I dust, kind of makes it easier for me to like get it on autopilot. I have to think about it less. If it's like, okay, I know that every Saturday and every Thursday I do my laundry, it just is easier for me. So that's something that I do. And again, just make sure you're allowing yourself to do the bare minimum on your low energy days. The other thing that I do really focus on a lot when it comes to my health and my home is using pre-packaged food and snacks. I really hate cooking. My husband cooks dinner every day, but I do like pre-packaged food for breakfast and lunch because like I don't want to make myself lunch. I don't want to think about it. So I've just found things that are good. And like on the weekends, I have a ton of pre-packaged snacks that I eat. And that just is one less decision that I have to make, a lot less energy that I have to use. And I find I only have a certain amount of energy, right? Every single day I wake up and my battery, I have no idea what the charge is going to be at. Some days it's full, some days it's 50%. Allowing myself to have these low effort things is really helpful because then I can use my energy for other things like running a business or creating content, things that are more fun that I enjoy rather than like trying to cook for myself.